Welcome back guys. In this video I'll be trying out Final Fantasy XIII on my Rog Ally. I have the Z1E Extreme variant of this device. Now out of the box performance of this game on Windows platform is very poor. Game suffers from frame pacing issues. FPS mostly stays around 30. So I'll be using Final Fantasy XIIIFix mod in order to improve the game's performance. We'll also be installing the 4GB large address aware patch. This will enable the game to utilize up to 4GB of RAM. By default it utilizes up to 2GB of RAM only. First I'll run the vanilla version of the game to highlight its performance issues. My Ally is running on BIOS version 337. I have installed the latest stable GPU driver from AMD, Adrenalin version 24.3.1. UMF buffer size set to 4GB. The Windows port is almost a decade old now. It's not demanding on the hardware, very poorly optimized. Using the 25 watts manual profile, all three power values set at 25 watts. Full HD resolution CPU boost disabled. Launch the game. Full HD resolution, anti-aliasing set to 2 times MSA, shadow resolution set to 1024 by 1024, screen setting set to full screen, Adrenalin settings, FreeSync enable, VSync disable, anti-lag setting enable. There's a character. Here we are getting around 60 FPS. FPS suddenly dropped down to 46. It's all over the place. Combat started. 30 FPS. This is the problem. I can see the choppiness. GPU load is around 30% only. Battery is over. APU is drawing almost 12 watts of power. This is with the 25 watts APU power profile. Now we are getting around 60 FPS. Again FPS suddenly dropped down to 45. I'll install Final Fantasy XIII mod now. This is the GitHub page from where you can download the mod. I'll give its link in the description of this video. Just click on this link under releases section. Right click, open new link. Scroll down, then click on this blue link, ff13fix_164.zip. Installation instructions. Just need to extract the contents of the mod to the games directory where the game's.exe file is present. This mod also works with Final Fantasy XIII Part 2. You can change any configuration by tweaking the ff13fix.ini file. For example, uncap the frame rate or disable controller vibration. Features of this mod: removes the frame pacer, removes stuttering caused by new controllers being scanned every second, enables controller vibration, uncap the frame rate, optional. Using higher frame rates can cause jankness on facial animations during in-game cutscenes, so I won't be uncapping the frame rate. Enable triple buffering, uses your desktop monitor refresh rate in full screen mode. Changes to where the memory is allocated on certain vertex buffers. Fixes misaligned screen space effects, fixes 1440p resolution. Fix the enemy scan text on resolution over 720p. I'll be running the game at full HD resolution. Usage with DXVK. It's a translation layer that translates Direct3D 9, 10 or 11 calls to Vulkan API. Usage with 4GB large address aware patch. Recommended. It will help in preventing the game from crashing when running at higher resolutions. The installation instructions for this patch have been provided. First, download the patch from this link. I'll show you how to install it. Click on download 4GB patch. These are the two archive files that I just downloaded. By default they will be present in the downloads directory of your PC. I have transferred them to another folder. Name this folder as FF13. You can name it anything you want. First extract the contents of FF13Fix mod file. Double click. There's the folder. Copy. Paste it here. Open the folder. Copy these two files, d3d9.dll and ff13fix.ini. Open the game's install directory. Select the game from your Steam library, right click, manage, browse local files. This is the game's install directory. Open white_data folder, open proc folder, open bin folder, open bin folder. Paste the files here. There's the game's exe file. You can open the ini file using any text editor. In-game frame limit set to 0 by default. This means use the game's default FPS limit, that is 60. If you want to change the max FPS cap, just type the value here, remove 0 first, let's say 120. It's up to you, I'll stick with the default value. File, save, close. I'll show you how to install the 4GB patch. Extract the patch's content. It's just the exe file, copy, go back, paste. Now before executing the patch, just create a backup of the game's original exe file. It's present in this directory. This is the game's install folder, white data folder, program folder, win folder, bin folder. There's the game's exe file. Right click, copy, paste, change its name to untouched. Right click, rename, type untouched. Hit enter. Now you can execute the 4GB patch. Launch it. Navigate to the directory where the game's exe file is present. ff13img.exe. Double click. Click on OK here. Process has been complete. I'll also use lossless scaling application with this game. This step is completely optional. LSFG will help in doubling the FPS. These are the settings, not using any scaling filter. LSFG selected. Clip cursor setting enabled, draw FPS setting enabled, capture API set to DXGI. Version of the application 2.7.2. Click on settings. Start as administrator setting checked. Hotkey for enabling LSFG, Control Alt plus S keys. You can purchase this application from Steam Store for around $7 US. Keep it running in the background. Start Final Fantasy XIII. First I'll run it without LSFG. Same settings as before. Screen settings set to windowed, as I'll be using LSFG. We are in. FPS is around 50. It's more consistent now. I'll engage in combat. Without this mod, FPS used to drop down to around 30 at the start of the battle. Did not happen now. So the mod is definitely working. 44 to 50 FPS. Battle over. Explore the area. Game should not be crashing now. I'll just enable LSFG. Press the hotkey. It got enabled. Game is running in full screen mode. You can see the FPS with frame generation on around 74. Frame generation technique comes with a slight performance hit. Base FPS dropped down to around 40. Quickly clear the area. Animation looks smooth. That's our teammate. I'm looking for some graphical artifacts. Yeah, our character's head is flickering. Minor flickering. It's not very intense, but noticeable. This is due to the fact that the base FPS is around 40. Higher the base FPS, less the graphical artifacts when using LSFG. But it definitely helps in improving the game's performance. It's up to you whether you want to use the application or not. Even without it, FPS will be within a range of 40 to 50, mostly around 50. I'll disable it. Just run the game in full screen mode. Yeah, 54, 55 FPS. That's it with the video, guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.